Share. El Paso, Texas, KTSM, a Las Cruces bounty hunter is facing federal charges after he allegedly bonded vulnerable individuals out of jail and exploited them through coercion, threats, and even supplying them with drugs, according to the U.S. Attorney's Office for New Mexico. The suspect also allegedly made at least one victim work for him and coerced 2 female victims into doing sexual acts to avoid going back to jail, the U.S. Attorney's Office said. According to court documents, the Federal Bureau of Investigation received information that Robert J. Hernandez, 62, a bounty hunter working for a bail bond company in Las Cruces, was bonding individuals out of the Dona Ana County Detention Center and requiring them to live at his home. Investigators allege that Hernandez targeted vulnerable individuals, including those struggling with drug addiction and lacking stable housing, and that he exploited them on multiple occasions. Hernandez is specifically alleged to have provided these individuals with drugs and to then have coerced them to perform sexual acts, labor, and other services through threats of being returned to jail, the U.S. Attorney's Office said. In one instance in October 2024, Hernandez allegedly bonded a male victim out of custody and required him to perform labor for him, including assisting in bounty hunting activities without pay, while residing at Hernandez's home. The victim also reported that Hernandez gave him drugs, including fentanyl, under the guise of medical treatment, even though the victim had not received any prescriptions for any drugs. After the victim left the residence, Hernandez allegedly contacted immigration authorities to report the victim, leading to the victim's arrest. In March 2025, Hernandez allegedly initiated contact with a female inmate, made explicit and threatening statements, and later bonded her out. The victim reported that Hernandez coerced her into sexual acts by creating fear that he would return her to jail if she did not do what he said. She also described being located and forcibly returned to custody, with Hernandez pointing a gun at her, after she tried to escape. A third victim reported that after being bonded out in November 2025, Hernandez required her to live with him, controlled her access to fentanyl, and coerced her to engage in sexual acts in exchange for the drugs. She stated she complied out of fear of being returned to jail and to avoid severe withdrawal symptoms, the U.S. Attorney's Office said. Witness statements and communications from other inmates further corroborate the allegations, describing Hernandez as targeting female inmates with substance dependencies and expecting sexual favors in exchange for assistance. Court documents further allege that Hernandez, who has a prior felony conviction, unlawfully possessed multiple firearms. Hernandez is charged with 3 counts of forced labor and 1 count each of being a felon in possession of a firearm and ammunition, possession with intent to distribute fentanyl, and sex trafficking by means of force, threats, fraud, and coercion. He will remain in custody pending a detention hearing, which has been scheduled for May 5. If convicted of the current charges, Hernandez faces up to life in prison.